Hi again. In this segment, we'll discuss yet another book by Ayoob, arguably the most prolific of the gun writers. And this particular book is the Gun Digest book of Combat Handgunnery, edition 5. Now, there are several editions, and they come out every couple of years. They're always different. They're not just a slight revision. They're always completely different. And mainly they've been written by Mossad, and he packs in a lot of information. It's jam-packed, solid, full of really good information. The thing about Mass's writing is he dissects an issue, and he gives you the pros and cons in very, very micro detail. For example, the tactical reload, for example, he'll tell you different ways of doing it and why one has certain advantages or whatever. And a couple of themes run through Mass's writing. He will refer to the street use of the firearm, self-protection, obviously, but he's always also very, very interested in the legal aspect. So it's always within the bounds of legalities. And just as an example, not from his writing, but from a talk he gave, we had him in Liverpool, and he gave a presentation for all the guys from the shooting clubs. And he was talking about different things and legalities and so on. And, it was a question and answer session. And one of the things was that he'd mentioned that hand-loaded ammo was fine for competition, it's fine for hunting, but for the street, for self-protection, you should use factory. And he goes into the reasons why. And one of the chaps put his hand up and queried this, and he said, well, why is it okay to use it for things like hunting and not for, self-protection? And Massad said, well, I guess it's because deer don't have lawyers. And, kind of summed it up very, very pithily. Now, the legal aspect, we increasingly see it in the United States. At the time I'm talking about this, the unrest over police use of force in America is off the scale. So you can imagine if a civilian is involved in a self-protection shooting, it's going to be 10 times worse. And at ASLET, the American Society of Law Enforcement Trainers, they used to have a panel of firearms experts, and they get all the guys who were on the instructional panel who were in the firearms section, because it covered other types of training, and put them on a table, and you could ask them questions. And one year they did it twice, 2 sessions, and I went to both sessions because these guys really knew their stuff. And every single question was about liability, about legalities. How do I protect myself against being sued, caught, and so on? And these are all police instructors. So it's a massive issue, and Mass does cover or colour his stuff very, very well with it. One of the chapters in the book is called The Modern Paradigm, and he talks about developments like, the latest things with the Glock and so on, the status of double action semi-autos and things like that. The DASA and the double action only, that kind of thing, and what which they have the place for various aspects. Another section's on revolvers, and Mossad has always been a person who sees a place for revolvers in the armory. Some instructors have tended to think of revolvers as being obsolete, but a lot of my friends and some of the really well-known firearms instructors find some kind of snubby Smith & Wesson Chief Special, that kind of M60, useful for various reasons. Still got a place. Other chapters include controversies, ammo selection. Ammo selection is very interesting because it's an ongoing thing. The manufacturers are always bringing out new ammo. Some of the ammo that's out there now is completely different to the stuff that was out there when I was heavily involved in firearms before Tony Blair took them off us. Completely different types of ammo. They're using solids that work and all sorts of things. Close quarter battle, accessorizing the handgun and so on. Really, a lot of information. There's a blueprint for training, how to learn step by step. One of the things that Mass always does is give credit where it's due. He always acknowledges the sources of some of the things, other instructors, books, and so on. He's very generous in that, and this was written a few years ago. There's updates or more recent versions of it, and he's written some other books as well. He's a writer that I follow quite a lot. There's a lot of his stuff online as well, and again, highly recommended.